G'day hammerheads, welcome back to the bench, and today we're taking a look at a very special rotary hammer. This one is a DCH293 from DeWalt. So why is it special? Well, to me it's pretty special anyway, because of that right there. It's 20 volts. So this one is not available in Australia. I had to order it from America, and because of just regional branding differences, the US stuff is labeled 20 volt max. Our stuff here is just labeled 18 volts. They are obviously fully compatible, they're the exact same stuff, just labeled differently. Now this guy is 20 volts, you don't need the flex volt battery to run it, even though it is a bloody big hammer to just be 20 volts. And if we take a look at the features, it is a 3-mode hammer, so drill only, hammer drill, and hammer only. And DeWalt doesn't advertise it as a separate mode, but if you put the selector just there, like in between, you can adjust the angle of any chisel that you got in there if you need to as well. So it has generous vibration control. Battery doesn't seem to wobble too much. I know some tools do have a wobbly battery, but in this case the whole handle section is pretty loosely articulated. We've also got the beautiful DeWalt wobbly front handle too. I really like that one. It's also got the bigger of the DeWalt chuck sleeves on there, so really nice and easy to just grab that with your big mitts and get your bits out. And it's also got this E-clutch in there, so that'll light up and she'll stop in case of overload. That one seems to be based on a current spike or something like that. It's not an acceleration based thing like in, say, Milwaukee's, because it doesn't change when you just move it. Now this one does work with an onboard dust extractor. I don't have that, but the dust extractor for this is basically a different shaped version of this one, which is for the DCH293. I've already done a deep dive just into this and the 263, so go check out that video if you want to see what to expect from the dust extractor on this. So let's take a look at the specs. And yeah, these are the specs for all of the rotary hammers I've tested on this channel so far, so go check out those videos if you're interested. I'll just point out the 293 here in bold. So compared to the other hammer here that's rated the same, the 263, so that's also 1.1 inch. The 293 is a lot more expensive, a lot heavier, and also does hit a bit harder too. So as we go through the test results, just keep an eye on that one as well, if you're after a pretty big rotary hammer from DeWalt. And the weight, just under 4 kilos, 3.87 kilos on my scale. And let's just check those revs. So 953, 954-ish, so a touch lower than what they advertise. And if we try, oh, that's a freshly charged power stack. Not only will it look pretty weird, but I think it'll be the same. Yeah, about the same. All right, so let's get drilling. As usual, our first test is 12 by 80 mil into 32 MPa concrete. Let's see how she goes. All right, that 12 mil speed drill, how did she go? Oh, there she is, just near the front among all these other big boy heavy hitters. So there's the flex volt version, a little bit slower than that and a little bit faster than the 263. Very good stuff, very capable hammer so far. And our next drilling test is 26 mil, just over 1 inch. Same concrete, same depth. Let's see how she handles it. All right, and that big drill speed test, where did she end up? So towards the back of the overall pack, a little bit faster than the 263. And if we compare her to the other 28s on the chart, let's see, that one, that one, that one, that one. Oh, Milwaukee's overrated, but you know, we'll say that one too. So she's doing very well, and about middle of the pack for the 1.1 inch hammers, the 28 mils. Completely ahead of all of the 1 inch hammers, that's all these guys down here. So yeah, the 293, she is a very capable tool. So this minion looking thing here, that is a very, very good performer, but it's also pretty bloody big and pretty bloody expensive for what it is. So let's just take a look at where this one lies in the DeWalt hammer lineup. DeWalt's other 1.1/8" hammer is this one here, DCH293. So this one, friend of the show, we've seen it plenty of time before, the long boy. And this one, aside from being a long D handle shape, it is also a lot lighter. Now you remember from the specs, it doesn't hit quite as hard. We got 3 joules of impact versus 3.5. But performance-wise, it's pretty damn close. And this one in Australian dollars anyway is a lot cheaper than this guy. Moving up in the lineup, and oh, I got a Milwaukee knife, is that allowed? DeWalt video, awkward. Moving up in the lineup, we got the DCH417. 416 is just the same without the changeable chuck. So these ones are a lot more similar in size. This one is FlexVolt. They are a lot more similar in price as well, but this is the biggest SDS Plus in DeWalt's range. It's the heaviest hitter, it's the most expensive, it's the heaviest weight, but it is very, very similar in size and even price to this guy. So what the hell is going on here? Well, we got a bit of pedigree. So here in Australia, we've actually got this one, the 333. It is FlexVolt, but as you can see, this is basically a 60 volt version of that one. So what I think is going on here is DeWalt has made a bigger hammer with a lot of parts shared from the biggest hammer, the 417, and they've made it FlexVolt, but then they realized they can probably sell more, or they could get away with lower voltage motor in there and just sell the same thing, probably sell more of them. So actually that sounds like even the same motor. Check this out. Very, very similar. So there you go, guys. That is what I think is going on in terms of like the product development that DeWalt has been through. And yeah, it's a bit more obvious when you look at this with a regular sized, 18, 20 volt battery. This body just doesn't really suit these little batteries. The body shape makes a lot more sense when you whack the FlexVolt battery on there. So anyway, hammerheads, there you go. If you're in the States or wherever this 293 is sold, she is a bloody beautiful solid hammer. Will cost you a bit. It does weigh a bit more than some of the other ones out there of the same kind of capacity, but boy, she is a real beaut. Very, very comfy to use, very powerful. One of the best performing hammers that I've ever tested, and I've tested most of them by now. So if you are looking for a powerful hammer that'll do pretty much anything an SDS Plus will do, while also being nice and comfy and looking like a giant bloody minion, then this guy, the DCH293, probably a good option for you. Anyway, hammerheads, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that. These things are not cheap, and I do pay for them all by myself with a bit of ad revenue from the channel, and of course a couple of patrons as well. So if you want to help us out, subscribing is a free way. Otherwise, hit us up in the Patreon below. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll scratch yous later.